Assalamu alaikum everyone. Good evening. This is Tooba. I am here to celebrate the success of our PMP delegate Arfa Mukhtar. Assalamu alaikum Arfa. How are you doing?
Alaikum salam, Tuba. How are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you for joining and thank you for taking out time to be here and to discuss your PMP journey with us. We are going to start the conversation, Alpha, in a while. A quick introduction about us, about you, and then we will formally begin the session. So, I'm representing on-time training and consultancy services. I'm the founder, owner, and lead consultant at OTTC. So OTTC is a professional training and management consultancy organization where we offer the training and consultancy support in the project program and portfolio management and governance capacity. So we offer the support and services related to the PMI credentials, to be specific, like PMP, PGMP, PFMP, ACP, RMP, and many other uh, courses and credentials offered by PMI. We are also the promoters of P3G, Project Program and Portfolio Governance. And in that capacity, we follow the P3G QA mindset. Recently, we have added the AI for project management portfolio in our institute as well, more specifically in the CPMI credential capacity, which is a skill set offered by PMI recently. So this is a brief about the organization. If you know more about us, I'm going to share the communication channels of the organization in the chat area. You can connect with us offline as well. So let's go to Arfa and let's know a bit more about her. So Arfa, a brief about yourself, your professional career, anything that you would like to share about yourself to the audience.
Thank you, Tuba. So I am Arfa Mukhtar. I'm a project manager. I'm working currently at TMC Private Limited. It's a SAP reselling and SAP reselling firm, also consulting related to IT consulting as well. I have 6 years of experience in the project management. I worked 3 years. I worked with the public-private partnership projects with Government of Sense for Human Rights Department and Women Development Departments. We had projects related to violence against women and legal aid. Now, after that, I moved to SAP. I started my career in SAP as a project coordinator. Now I'm working there as a project manager. I'm also leading the EPMO for International and Karachi region. So yeah, pretty much it. I recently passed my PMP with under the guidance and mentorship of Tuba with above target score. So yeah.
Great, Arfa. So I'm pretty much inspired by your career journey because in a little time you have achieved a lot, Alhamdulillah, and I wish you success and you have a bright future ahead. This is pretty much obvious, mashallah, and the reason behind that is you are focused, you are consistent, you know your thing, you know where you are, where you want to be, and this is exactly the formula to success, I would say. So, Arfa, when you first contacted me, I think back in October 2023, which is like more
Yes.
than 2 years from this point, uh, what was the thought process behind? Like, what were you thinking? Why were you thinking about PMP at that point in your career when you were only, I think, 2 years of experience that time, or maybe
Yeah.
2 to 3 years of experience that time? So, what was the thought process? Like, why did you want to go for PMP that moment? Because I know that since then you have been learning and preparing and understanding, absorbing the PMP skill set. So, yeah.
So basically, at that time, I was working as a project coordinator, and it was nothing related to whether I want to move upward in terms of title of being a project manager. I just wanted to learn. At that time, the only goal was that I wanted to learn the PMI standards of project management. And I think this is how I call went as well. I tried to show you, but I think you were really encouraging at that time. That I understand your eagerness. You did not demotivated me that you have very less of experience. You in fact motivated me that while you are preparing, you can also complete your experience. So you will be eligible for PMP within inshallah 1 to 2 years maybe. So yeah, that so I think that your motivation really worked well for me. And just since then, I have been working slowly, gradually building my concepts of PMP. Now, when I finally passed the exam, I was full of confidence when I was ready for the exam because I knew everything concept by concept. I did not memorize anything. And I think that's the tip, that's the success tip. You need to really learn to how to do project management and better your ways of working. I think that's what I wanted to do. Yeah.
And in these 2 years in between, like since October 2023 till date, mashallah, you have achieved a lot in your career as well. You have moved to a project management role. You have been working
Yeah.
in the PMO capacity. So you are working in a very relevant role as well. So while working in those roles and while preparing for PMP at the same time, how much relevance did you find in your job role versus the scope, schedule, agile, and budgetary aspects, resource management, and all those stuff that you have learned as per the best practices in PMP? Do you feel that these credentials, the best practices, help in your professional job?
Absolutely, they do. Okay, I'll be very honest. So, project management, even in SAP projects, in ERP projects, they are people management. So, if you don't know how to manage your people, your stakeholders, internal stakeholders, external stakeholders, everyone. So, I've learned in PMP that everyone is a stakeholder. Like you have to, like someone who is an internal stakeholder who's not interested, who doesn't have a power, who doesn't have influence on the project to make decisions, but they should be informed to somehow. So I think the core is people management. So even in SAP project management, the part is most of the project managers I've found out that they know the technicalities, they know the knowledge of SAP, but they don't have people skills like how to manage their people. And this is what PMP had taught me that there are certain ways to manage your stakeholders, and you don't have to fight, and you have to analyze, you have to you have to step back and reflect, you have to make sure that you analyze your stakeholder throughout the project. Something that I learned from the PMP. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's 100% learning experience, and I think I look forward to apply that the knowledge that I've learned. Yeah.
Great. So, the people management skills, the stakeholder engagement skills have become better in your
Yeah.
job role, and of course, a
Yeah.
lot more is coming in the in the coming days and the coming job roles as well, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so taking the conversation forward, Afra, maybe something which is of utmost importance to the PMP aspirants, that how much time did you actively take to prepare for PMP? I know the answer, but I would like you to talk about it. And when I say actively, it means like that actual time that you take. I have mentioned myself that since the past 2 years you have been into this, but for the prep part, how much time did you take?
So I actively took participated for, I mean, prepared for my PMP only for 6 to 7 months. I was very, very dedicated. Even after coming from my office, I'm a working mom. So after that, I used to manage my PMP study sessions late at night. And on weekends, I dedicated all my weekends in 6 months for preparing for my PMP and especially practicing a lot. Yeah.
Great. And any particular formula, like in number of days or number of hours, like one should study like this much to get ready, this much time for mocks, this much time for the understanding of the mindset. Any particular formula, like usually people say that 120 to 140 hours of study is needed to get there, to get that exam confidence. So what was your formula? How much time did you actively put in?
So actually, since last 3 months, I had been extensively preparing for the mocks, especially the mocks you gave me. They were very good quality mocks. So a few of them, I attended a lot of mocks. So a few of them, I made sure that they were time bound, exactly in 4 hours, with same pressure, same amount of making sure that your environment is quiet. Yeah, that. So I think there is no certain formula, but it's just that you need to understand. I think it's very important to define what are your weak areas and strength areas that are strong. For example, my people was always strong. The people, and even I used to score fine in business as well. But the process was always difficult for me. So I focused a lot on learning the process because that was weaker than people in business. So yeah, I think definitely that's the secret. So you need to define the strategy, and you need to make sure that you practice a lot, learn the PMP mindset, because that is very important. In 4 hours, your theory, your memorizing will not count. Only what you've understood will be helpful in those 4 hours, because they're very difficult. They're very tough.
I absolutely agree, and probably Alpha would not disagree with me on this. That at times people ask that what's the I know the PMI mindset. I've understood like what PMI suggests in different areas, in like in different capacities or in different knowledge areas of project management. So I can go and I can, I can just attempt the exam and there's no practice needed because I know the mindset. So, what would you say in this capacity that how much important is that to practice, especially doing the mock practice with time management, keeping yourself time bound for on 230 minutes and then attempting it? What was the utility of mock exams that you observed or you found that doing those mocks in a time bound manner and allocating a certain time bound and then attempting it in an exam simulated way, what was the utility you found in that?
So I think above all, what I have done it, I was very keen about my practice. I invested a lot of time in practice. So how I did my practice? Obviously, I attended a lot of mocks, and the mocks you gave me, and I think there was finally when I was at level 5, the difficulty level of level 5 was matching quite with this in real exam environment. So yeah, I was ready for it, and I attended the level 5 exam in, uh, in a time bound manner for 4 hours. And other than you attend the mock in a single go, and then you just review your answers later on. So the review part is very important. If you don't review your answers, if you don't review your mistakes, you of course you will make mistakes. So reviewing your answers is very important, and then actually practicing those concepts again. For example, in there is a spike that a team has to run in agile. So you got it wrong. So you just have to go again to understand what spike means. What is the purpose of spike? Why do we do it? I think these are how you actually build exam, and then that's how you get ready and you become resilient for 4 hours, because the four
Correct.
hours, trust me, they are very grueling. Yeah.
This is exactly the expectation that exam actually does not only test your project management knowledge, that's obvious, but exam also tests your focus, the resilience, the decision-making capabilities, conflict management, leadership traits, and they expect you that you
Yes.
come prepared. You come prepared for that. So
Yeah.
it should not be the case that this is the very first time. So this probably has been the case that you have done some practice, but in a more in a more review mode or maybe in your comfort zone, right? Maybe
Yeah.
some like a set of 50 questions or set of 100 questions in one go. But doing that with a focus without moving your eyes on the screen for a span of 230 minutes probably is a different experience that one should
Yes.
practice before going to the
Yeah.
real exam. Otherwise, you could see many surprises and not the good ones. So yeah, this is a suggestion that one should practice mock exams in exam mode and with those
Yeah.
simulated factors in place.
Yeah.
Okay, so Alpha, when you were in the exam room while you were writing your exam, any observations or anything that you experienced that you would like to share with the PMP aspirants, especially those who are about to appear in their exam? Anything about time management, about pressure handling, about decision making, about maintaining your calm and composure? Anything that you would like to share about the experience in those 230 minutes?
Okay, so there are 3 sections, obviously. So the first section will break you, will literally break you. Like I can't move anymore. And actually, I'll tell you something. Why I think I give the credit to my preparation. I did not even find the section one even that much difficult as much as usually PMP aspirants do. So I knew this going to happen. You prepared me and you certification holders as well. So there are three sections, and the simulator, the interface of the simulator is extremely boring. This is how they will test you. It's extremely boring, and the time goes into backward. So it's very so you need to plan your time properly. Usually, what you do is this is suggested. This is something that I follow too. You need to follow as well as a PMP aspirant. So make sure by 117 minutes you should complete your section one. Take your 10 minutes break. I literally used the restroom. I had my cashews. I drank a little bit water. I used my 10 minutes break properly. So do always make sure you do that. Relax yourself. And trust me, I was very relaxed, very composed in my exam setting because I think that was the point that was the part that I was prepared for, that I need to be ready for it. I mean, it's all right. No need to You don't need to be demotivated. Just section one is very difficult. Then section two is the easiest, I think. Section three is a bit like it's somewhere in the middle. Not too difficult, but it's all right. But ending the exam was very difficult for me because I was very tired. I was very drained. So yeah, even after taking 10 minutes break, I was still very tired. Second thing, it's very important that yeah, I got a lot of drop down questions, a lot of matching questions as well, drop down. See all of that. So I mean, yes, very few calculation related questions. It was all about SPI and CPI. I mean, what do they mean? So you should know what's under budget and what's ahead of schedule and what's behind schedule. You should know your concepts only. They don't give you calculation related problems. So yeah, they test your concepts. Yeah. That
Great.
was the
And yes,
yeah.
this is a very good tip. And at times I observe that people skip their breaks by saying that no, let's just do it in one go and let's just get done with it. Yeah, if your stamina is strong, then yes, probably this would work for you. But most of the time, people struggle during
Yeah.
the exam with respect to attention span
Yeah.
or with respect to maintaining their focus or with respect to, a lot of things. At times, people have some, some physical challenges as well. At times, people are not they are not able to sit like in one go for 4 hours straight away, and they want some space to just stretch their body or just
Yeah. That's very important.
to a minute or two walk that actually energizes them. So whatever works for you, this is exactly the reason why they have provided you this 10-minute break time twice in the exam, because most of the people need that, right? So claiming and utilizing your breaks are recommended. And also, exam is going to test your nerves. So
Yes.
make sure that you are ready for that, right?
Yeah.
Exam is not going to keep it like, a smooth journey for you for those 4 hours. They are going to test your nerves in a variety of it. There's going to be a point where they are going to like start throwing you all easy questions, and you are going to start doubting yourself that am I doing it right, because this seems too easy.
Yes.
At times they like in a row they are going to start throwing difficult questions, like too lengthy and difficult questions as well, and they will start making you doubt yourself that what's the expectation, how am I going to focus.
Absolutely.
So they are going to test you in a variety of ways, and this is exactly how a project manager should be, like, because in the life of a project manager, anything can happen anytime, and they want you to be ready, right? So the exam is going to the exam is going to test you exactly the same way.
Yes, absolutely. And some questions are very vague, very stupid, but you just need to get the mindset. You just need to crack that. I think more than the exam itself, it's the environment that's challenging. So you need to be prepared for the environment. So yeah.
By environment, you mean that simulator, because the
Simulator
UI,
is very boring.
the UI UX.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
UI UX is very. It's like you are using a Pentium 2 computer. That's all.
Absolutely. And I think this is like on purpose. This is on purpose that they have kept it
Yeah.
this way so
Yeah.
that they challenge you, like with respect to that experience as well, that if something is not as per your expectation or as per
Yes.
your, aesthetic sense, are you able to cope up or not? I think
Yes.
this is
Yes. Yes.
purposely the case because
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
this is like a complaint, kind of a complaint I receive from almost every
Yeah. Yeah.
participant that I mean, the font style, the font
Absolutely.
size, the
It's very
background
bad. It's very
color,
bad. Yeah.
the choice of colors overall. I mean, those were not good.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
I
just
understand.
just one tip. Just one tip. Use the highlighter as well. I use highlighter a lot. I mean, I use the highlighter to mark the important part of the question. So it gives me a focus because when you look at the simulator, you will get drained. It's just a it's that's how it's aimed to be. I mean, that's the motivation behind having that simulator. So just use the highlighter as well. I think that is a small tip. Yeah.
I understand highlighter. At times people say that if I don't get any question, let's
Mhm.
skip that. I don't agree with that idea. I think keep the momentum going. Maybe guess your
Yeah.
answer, mark
Absolutely.
that for later review, but don't skip the moment. Don't break that change or don't
Yes.
skip any question. Don't break that momentum. Because you never know that how much time you will be left with after completing second or third
Absolutely.
section, right? So at least
Absolutely.
complete all the questions. Don't skip the
Absolutely.
questions, right? This is
Absolutely.
another
Absolutely.
advice that I would like to give to you. Okay, so Arfa, you were my mentee during this whole PMP journey, and of course, I was your mentor as well. So, how did you find the overall mentoring journey, including the training, the mentoring services, the exam preparation support, the course, the mocks, especially? Anything that we would like to talk about our the experience that we provided to you throughout this journey.
I think first of all, a lot of the direction that is missing for a lot of PMP aspirants. For me, it was very vague as well. I mean, how do I prepare for such an exam? So you guided me with a direction that you need to prepare well there, and you need to focus more on this, more on that. I think direction part you were spot on, Tuba. But the second part is the mocks. You give very good quality mocks. I literally prepared very well. I use those mocks very good. I mean, in a very effective way, like the review part, understanding because when you start doing the mocks, and I kind of give this as a tip that try to start with mocks as soon you can. I mean, as soon as you're done, because the real part is understanding the scenario. It's not just the study part. It's the scenario, understanding the scenario. How do you deal with a scenario based exam? And then obviously from the mocks, you also learn a lot of concepts in different, for example, the Tuckman ladder forming, norming part. I learned it from your mocks. So yeah, I mean that was yeah. I did not learn it from my simulator. I learned it from your mocks. So yeah, you learned a lot. It's a learning
And
experience.
if I ask you like a specific question, because I really want to have this conversation, and I do almost in every other PMP lessons learned webinar, because when it comes to mocks, at times I am asked this question. In fact, a couple of days ago, somebody asked me this question as well. That Tuba, are you going to give us dumps, PMP dumps? So I corrected him by saying that, see, I do not offer any dumps because dumps are leaked questions, the leaked
Yes.
real PMP exam questions which are appearing in the exam these days. And this is absolutely non-professional and unethical
Mm.
as well. And this is
Unethical as well.
definitely violating the PMI Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct, which everybody is supposed to be abiding to. But in our role, we are expected to be like way
Yes.
we are way ahead of anybody else because we are mentors.
Yes,
So
definitely.
this is not about terms. This is about learning the PMI mindset and
Yes,
applying that to
absolutely.
the scenarios, right?
Absolutely.
We do not claim that our mock practice questions are going to appear as it is in the exam. Maybe at times, like people claim that 3 to 4 questions were there, which were very, very similar to your mocks. I mean, out of 180 to 3 or 3 to 4 questions you are finding similar. That could be by chance, but that's not going to make you, win the exam. Or I mean, even if this is the case. But dumps are something very different. Mocks actually give you that confidence that you know the
Yes.
PMI mindset, and if any question comes in the exam in front of you based on your
You
practice
can
and
nail
your
it.
learning,
Yeah.
you can just nail it. You can just do it, right? This is exactly what the concept of practice is. So by mock practice, we do not mean that, I mean, if you are going to cover that 100 to 1200, sorry, 1000 to 1200 questions practice with us, like a subset of 180 questions is going to appear in the exam from that 1200 or 1400 questions. Not at all. You are going to see absolutely new questions in the exam, but your practice, your understanding is going to be that way that you will be able to do that, and not you will be able to do that and pass it, but you will be able to do that with above target, as Arfa
Yes.
did.
Yes, definitely. Inshallah. Yeah.
So Arfa, you talk about it that the mocks that you did you find any same or similar question in the exam from those mocks?
None, but there was just one question that was very similar in terms of the scenario. They were very similar in terms of the scenario. Uh, I mean, there's a problem. Two stakeholders are not aligning. What do you do here? So do you meet them one-on-one? What do you bring them together? What do you do? So I think, yeah, that's what you should achieve as a professional, the confidence to attend this exam and inshallah definitely pass it
Yes, and
because that's the purpose.
yeah,
Yeah.
and one other thing that I would like to also mention over here is that in the exam and even in the mocks as well, just with like with the alteration or adding or subtracting of 1 to 2 words, the context of the question change and the answer also changes, right?
Yes.
So you never know. Even if you are seeing a similar question from our mock, maybe the answer is
Yeah.
different than what is there in the mock, right?
Yes.
So I mean, this is exactly what the purpose of this learning is, that you know the context. It's not
Hmm.
about like an exact as it is thing that you are seeing. It's about the context, the contextual
Absolutely.
understanding, the contextual grip on the interconnection of different concepts, and based on that you know that what is going on in this scenario, and based on that you go. And it also
Absolutely.
depends on the option choices for that scenario as well. At
Absolutely.
times there is a better answer for a particular scenario than what is available in the 4 choices, but
Yes.
the
Absolutely.
4 choices are not talking about that best answer, but you need to go
Yes.
with something which is there in the 4 choices, and
What's best there?
you
Okay. Yeah.
go for the best thing among those 4 choices available in the
Yes.
question, right? So
Yeah.
like
Definitely.
it's 100% contextual. It's 100%
It's
contextual.
100%, and that's what I think a PMP aspirant should master: understanding the context.
Yes.
That's the key of
So the
it.
mocks that I provided to you, I think you have done a variety of mocks, at
Yeah, I
least
did it.
10, 10 to 12 mocks, and multiple times,
Yes.
not just once.
Yeah.
So do you think that those mocks were enough to practice and to master the skill set, for, especially from the exam viewpoint?
I do think they were. Oh, I mean, the quality good. The quality part was very good. It's spot on for the real exam scenario. But I think if you can attend more mocks, it's okay. I mean, I am someone who likes to be prepared for the worst. So I am someone like that. I mean, if you are like me, if you like to, you are very not very optimistic. So yeah, prepare as much as you want, but give yourself rest. Make sure your strategy is well aligned. Are you good in people? Are you working? I mean, is your process weaker? So work on your process part. I think that's how you should take this as a project. Take don't just go operationally. I mean, take this as a project and see how strategically well you are doing month by month. So I did it. I did that. I mean, in the starting mocks, I used to get 60% marks. Then started getting 65. I even got a 70% in one of your mocks as well. So I knew I was prepared. Yeah. So
And
I think
yes,
that's the score. Yeah.
yes, and the one other common feedback that I receive from my participants, like who are actively preparing for their PMP, they say that about 60 to 70% is very bad. We are not scoring 90%, 100%, so we are
Yes.
doing pretty
No.
bad.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah, no, you are not doing bad. The mocks that I provide, those are tough.
yeah.
Those are really tough,
These are tough. They are
and
tough.
so real exam is going to be actually easier than those, and If you are going to score 60 to 70%, that's actually going to be a fantastic score, because
Yes, absolutely.
we have those participants as well with us who at times score in 50s, and at times in in 40s as well. All the 40s is not recommended. At least a 60 to 65% score is recommended. But
Yeah.
this is how it goes, right? So in our mocks, this is how it goes. So Alpha, one other you know problematic area that people usually think it's a problematic area is the application process, the registration process for PMP,
Yes.
which is the application process as well. So
Mhm.
how did you find that one, like that experience writing part and documenting that to the PMI and getting the approval from PMI? Because without that, you can't really sit for the exam. So how was that experience for you?
I think it was very smooth because just in within a week, I got the application approved. Of course, you need to write your experience, but if as a project manager you have enough experience, 3 years of experience, and you have, I think as project managers we usually document our experiences. That's how the job is. I mean, if you have documented, so it was just getting the context from what I have documented. For example, I worked for Government of Sindh project. I documented about my Shan Success Factor project, so I document that. So yeah, it's not very difficult. It's easy. Take a little bit. Don't take a lot of help from AI, please, but
Mhm.
take a little bit. Take a little bit of help. Yeah, that. So yeah, it's easy. It's only the exam preparing part. Practicing is the most difficult part. The rest of it is easy.
Yeah, so I get this feedback a lot from the like journal project management audience, who especially those who are just aiming for it and they are not actually into that thing generally. So they think that um application writing or experience writing is the most difficult thing in this overall journey, and they have that I don't know why, but they have that assumption that they are not going to pass the approval process or the panel review.
Hmm.
And if I mean, if they are able to crack that, then the rest of the thing is easy. No, not
Yes, yes.
really. So if you ask me, I can write anybody's experience based on their CV or their LinkedIn profile in just 5 to 10
Yeah,
minutes time. Like this is how I'm used to writing all of this
yeah.
stuff, and it's very easy. And there is not a
Yeah,
single application till date. Alhamdulillah, I have been doing that, I think, for the past 5 to 6 years, and there is not a single application that has gone
yeah.
rejected, which has been adjusted by me. So it's very easy. It's not difficult. The difficult part is actually the preparation part, as rightly mentioned by
Yes.
Arfa. The practice, the
The
preparation,
practice.
and getting to the point that you you are considered as up to the mark by PMI for the exam, so that they declare you pass. That's the most difficult thing, in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is a lovely conversation with you, Arfa. So before wrapping this up, I would like to have this discussion as well. That how do you see the return on
Hmm.
investment for this type of investment, like the investment that we do for on PMP? So it's like if we talk about the Pakistani region, this is like kind of an investment of around 190 to 200K
Yeah.
PKR in the Pakistani market in total, like including everything, the course fee and the membership fee, the exam fee, and all. So at times we are asked this question from the PMP aspirants as well, that why do we invest this much, especially while we are staying in the Pakistani market. This is a lot of money in our region. So what's the return for us? So how do you see the return on investment?
So this is how I see it. I mean, I think PMP, the value of PMP is increasing, is emerging in Pakistan, but still not up to the mark. That's how I see. I mean, I think most of the in SAP, that's how. I mean, I'm in a consulting firm, so usually when we move forward, sometimes we work for a client, any big client, multinational organization. So yeah, there they usually ask for a PMP. And if you go out of, I mean, go abroad, so yeah, PMP is very much mandatory now. Almost all job applications I see they prefer a PMP. And but this is just the job market part. More than that, the PMP gives you the confidence and the aura of a dedicated project management professional, which is very important. As a project manager, you need to have a certain aura, need to have a certain personality to you. People need to respect you, because obviously getting things done is not easy in Pakistan. With Pakistanis is not easy. So yeah, getting the things done with an authority, but a very servant leadership kind of authority, not a very dictator. I mean, that's how we are. That's how we see leaders. If there's someone is a leader, they just order. No, that doesn't work like that. Work like that. You need to understand different understand personalities, different stakeholders. So yeah, it gives you the confidence. It gives you the aura, and it gives you the ways of working. The ways of working that have an international value. And above all, now when I finally am PMP certified, I have started connecting my projects in ePMO to the strategic objectives of the organization. This is
Wow.
something that I did not used to do that. So yeah, PMP is great value. You should do that.
And do your colleagues and your senior management, your boss, your peers also see a difference in your ways
Yeah,
of working today with respect to like what it used to be an year ago or
yeah,
so? Okay, great, great. Yeah, I also see it this way. When it comes to return, a return could have a variety of definitions to different people, but to me, the return is something that is bringing like something good to me, or maybe making me a better person or professional than
yes, yes,
than what I used to be yesterday or maybe a month ago, an year ago. And as well as like how much I'm able to contribute to the society
absolutely,
in a better way. So
absolutely.
if something is making me better in a variety of ways, I would see that as a return, and
Yes,
probably that's going to be an intangible way of return. But to me, intangible actually leads to the tangible one. So if people start noticing you, they start appreciating your efforts, they start seeing your value addition to different areas, automatically they start connecting to you, they start following you, they start believing you, and uh, accordingly the multiple tangible benefits start coming your way. So this is
yes,
how see the concept of return on investment on these
yes,
skill sets.
absolutely.
And also the best practices are best practices for the reason that those are vetted by the
Yes,
professionals across the globe, right?
yes,
So the
absolutely.
this is a possibility that these may not 100% work for you on your projects, which absolutely is the case. There is not a single project in the world which could claim that 100% the PMI mindset would apply in their organization or on their projects. But as much as you could do, as much as you can take,
Yes,
30%, 40%, 50%, you should go for that. That's going to deliver the results in a very different way, and in a different way, which is good, right?
absolutely.
Oh, okay. So thank you very much, Arfa, for this conversation. In the end, anything that you would like to advise to the PMP aspirants who, especially those who are actively preparing for their PMP credential?
So we do have a change in exam coming in July 2026. So be prepared for that. I was very well prepared. That's all I wanted to say. I mean, work hard and make sure understand your weak areas. Uh, Daily, make a habit, make a schedule to work on your weak areas. My process was the most difficult for me. Business people were always easier for me. I mean, so I used to work a lot on the process, and yeah, making sure you're aligned, your preparation is aligned with the exam content outline. You have gone through it, and you practice well with mock exam. Yeah, and the direction is very important that was given by you. You were the one person who really believed that I could do it. I mean, I used to doubt myself, obviously, but you gave me a direction. And even I used to feel that 60% is very less. I mean, I can't pass the exam. You used to give me the confidence. So yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely welcome, Arfa. And yes, this is a good point that Arfa raised. So I would also like to make this announcement. In fact, I have been making that like on my different forums already. But this is important to keep in consideration that now is the time to go for PMP if you have been considering that for some time, because exam is observing a major upgrade in July 2026, and that announcement has been officially made by PMI already in December. So it's not an apprehension anymore, it's happening in 6 months. And usually a delegate takes 3 to 4 months to prepare for PMP. He may take more time than that as well, but usually this is an observation that 3 to 4 months are needed by an average delegate. So now is the time to start on your PMP.
Yes.
Because of course you can go with the updated exam as well, but updated exam is expected to be more extensive, more comprehensive than what it is used to be today. And even the today's exam is pretty complex. It's not an
Yes, it
easy
is.
exam. It's going to be
Yes.
even more difficult from July 2026 onward. And if you want to know that what is really changing, they are introducing the case study part. So the sections are going to be three, like the way it is now. There are going to be 3 sections in the exam, but one section is going to be completely case study based, and the remaining 2 sections are going to be the same way as it is now. And also they have put a huge focus on business environment, like connecting your projects to the strategy and business objectives. So the percentage has been raised from 8 to 23% now, which is actually huge. So now their focus is going to be strategic alignment, governance, and all, which is not the case in the current exam to that extent. At least nobody fails the exam because of those areas, but now in the new format, it's going to be hugely covered. And there are other changes as well. For instance, break time. There are going to be 2 breaks, but those are going to be 5-minute break, not 10 minutes break. Right?
Yes.
So
Oh
yeah.
my God, that's difficult. 5 minutes is nothing.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, this is the case. Thank you so much, Arfa, to join us, to share your insights. This
Thanks
was
to
a
you.
lovely conversation. If there are any questions by the audience, they may just unmute. And Faraj is saying that thanks for the encouragement on 60% score. Yes, Faraj, I saw you in the audience. That's why I made this comment, because he was really concerned about his 60% score. He's actively preparing for the exam. So anybody, if they want to, would like to ask anything from me or from Arfa, they can unmute and they can ask their question.
Definitely.
And if not, then we can wrap up the session.
Yes.
Okay, Arfa, thank you so much. I think we are good. And you have covered everything really nicely. So I don't think that there's a room for further questions anymore. I will be back very soon with a new PMP success story. If you are interested, yeah, thank you so much, Arfa. So if anybody is interested in joining our PMP course, we are starting a new course from 3rd of January. And you may reach out to us. I will share the communication channels in the comment area, and we can take it from there. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.